It has been 21 years since Del Mar was at the center of the world's racing stage. In August of 1996, Cigar, America's horse, hit town on a 16-race winning streak in search of history in the $1 million Pacific Classic. Cigar was given a Del Mar welcome fit for a king, but for all the hoopla and adoration, he still had to run the race.
Grade 1, the first $1 million, a mile and a quarter, thoroughbreds 3 and up, all carrying 124 pounds. The great Cigar at 1-9 with his regular rider Jerry Bailey. Cigar trying to make 20th century North American racing history. No thoroughbred in this century has won 17 in a row.
Well, it was really good. I mean, it was, Cigar got a police escort from the airport coming to the racetrack, and it was, there was quite a crowd here to receive him.
To start with, I had 2 very good horses, but I was the biggest fan of Cigar as anybody.
Really pretty amazing, just to have that many people that wanted to see one single horse. It was one of the bigger days I think they've had here as far as the crowd goes.
And I remember the motorcade bringing him up the freeway and pulling in here. He went into the barn right next to mine, and I stood and watched in awe, just like everybody else, just thinking I've got a real good chance to be second and third in this race.
Well, Jerry and I talked about the race beforehand, and we had, in, I guess it would have been July, we had sent a horse called Jerry up to Hollywood Park, and we ran against Siphon. And on that particular day, we finished second with Jerry, but Siphon had gotten loose on the lead, and nobody challenged him, and there was no catching him, and we ran second. Our horse ran well.
At the breakfast draw, somebody asked me, what am I going to do with my 2 speed horses? I had Siphon and Darren Go, who like to run near the lead. And I said, well, I'm going to take Darren Go back because nobody should go with Siphon. He's too strong, too fast, and if you do, you're going to pay for it.
But with the pace scenario that they had, there was no chance to beat Siphon. So we realized, we said, well, we can't let him go alone on the lead. We can't just let him coast out there. So I think we both had it in our minds when we came out here, well, Siphon's in here, he's going to show speed. We've got to stay within range. Not that we've got to challenge him early, but we've got to stay, reasonably close to the pace. We don't want to let him get away.
Billy Mott and Jerry Bailey weren't able to make the breakfast.
And they broke from the gate. Cigar broke reasonably well, and we put him right in behind Siphon. And then at that moment, Corey Nakatani was on Dramatic Gold, and he decided that he should be part of the pace scenario. And so he got up in behind us, and he started pushing, and it was a case where Jerry couldn't really, he'd already committed to his position, and he couldn't ease back off of Siphon at all. And so they wound up going the first mile in 1:33.
And as it turned out, Darren Go ran the race of his life, and Cigar might have had a lesser day that day than his best.
Darren Go's got dead aim on him. Cigar's got him deep. He's had a run very fast early, and he can find. And Darren Go has gone right on by Cigar. A 16th of a mile to go. And you can never underestimate a classy horse. And this is one classy guy on his day. Darren Go and Alex Solis win the Pacific Classic. Cigar ran his heart out, but has to settle for second. Siphon was third.
Cigar ran a very good race, but pace makes the race, and on that particular day I think the pace got to us.
Believe me, I was a fan of Cigar and the job Billy had done with him, but in this game we're all here to win.
It's the competition's job to do everything they can to win, so it's sometimes you just have to be the spoiler.
I've never been around anything that was so crazy, and then all of a sudden you could hear a pin drop.
There was quite a hush over the crowd, when that happened. I mean, to see him get beat, everybody came to see him run. I don't think they knew really how to react. All I could do was, the same thing that the crowd was doing. I could just, hey, we got beat. We tried, we got beat, we did the best we could, and that's the game.
I kind of felt like a bank robber walking out of there. The lady in front of me was crying like a baby.
Yeah, and I doubt he felt very bad about it.
Bill Mott and Richard Mandella meet again this week at Del Mar. They have a pair of exciting 3-year-old fillies in Friday's $2 million Breeders' Cup Distaff. Mott has the imposing Elate, a daughter of Medaglia d'Oro, while Mandella counters with Paradise Woods, a fast daughter of Union Rags. The distaff field around them is deep with talent, but don't be surprised if another war by the shore comes down to a pair of aces trained by Richard Mandella and Bill Mott. For Daily Racing Form, this is Jay Hufty.